Reporting today from Washington, D.C., you're watching NTV.
Good morning, McKinney North High School. I'm Maddie Perry.
I'm Rachel Jones.
I'm Sarah Taylor.
I'm Cameron Govan.
I'm Matthew Abels.
I'm Liam Gohan.
And I'm Julian Esparza. Thank you for tuning in for this special edition of NTV from the nation's capital.
We're here at the World War II Memorial, a site that honors heroes that gave their lives for our country. McKinney North has heroes too, people that serve the school that get little to no recognition for their efforts. Connor Smith has the story.
Behind the scenes of North, several staff members work namelessly to improve the student experience. Their goals reflect this and are focused on both helping students today and in their life out of high school.
My goal working here is to try to help as many kids graduate on time as I can.
Just to get kids to stay in class, help them figure out those life goals, like if I'm sick with a headache, I still have to go to work.
Even with their noble goals, all three unsung heroes have unique challenges to deal with.
The hardest part is that I deal with a lot of negative, so I kind of have to shake that off sometimes. If I get an angry parent that's upset about either discipline or attendance, I have to shake that off and not take it too personally.
Probably the kids that you really like and you really take into your heart and do stupid things, and then you end up having to call in the house office and call in people to do stuff, and I think that's really the hardest, is when you see how dumb they can act.
Regardless of the rigors their jobs present, Miss Amadon and Miss Howard still get satisfaction out of what they do.
My favorite part is interacting with the students. Sometimes if it's a discipline issue, I don't get to see them on their best day, but I try to be encouraging, and then the kids that are checking in and out, I just get to know them and meet with them. And then I enjoy my office aides, getting to know those kids too.
Probably my most rewarding memory, I'll say, is probably not my favorite, but I had a kiddo with a concussion that they ended up, I had to do mouth-to-mouth on him here in the clinic. Ambulance got here, care flighted him out, and he was fine. But it was the most rewarding.
Although they may go unrecognized by students, they all still feel loved by the rest of the staff.
The whole campus is like a family. I feel close to everybody, pretty much.
I love it here because we're a big happy family.
This has been Connor Smith for NTV.
Washington, D.C. is a popular tourist destination for many Americans, but people from all around the world visit D.C. and other areas of the country. McKinney North plays host to one of these foreign exchange students, and Rachel Geekley caught up with her to see how her experience in our country has been.
Foreign exchange student Nina Stephan says she came to the U.S. for a variety of reasons.
I wanted to become an exchange student to get in touch with new people, to see a different place of the world, to improve my English, and just to make a new experience, I guess.
Before coming to the U.S., Nina had a preconceived idea of what Texas would be like.
I kind of thought of cowboys and cactuses everywhere, but it's apparently not like that.
McKinney North has given Nina many new experiences that she never had in Germany schools.
I like the school spirit and the school sport and all the stuff that is surrounding the school, because we don't have any of that.
In addition to learning English, Nina has gotten the opportunity to learn basic skills.
I think I kind of improved my English, and then I learned how to wash my clothes, and I learned how to cook. I'm not a good cook now either.
Nina says she expected differences in food, language, and weather, but she didn't expect one other difference.
Actually, I learned that Americans are joking all the time, and that's different, I guess, and yeah, the mentality and stuff is just different.
Despite being 5,400 miles away from her family, Nina still manages to stay in touch.
I'm not so much the homesick person, I guess, but of course I do miss my family and my friends, but I'm still in contact with them, so it's alright.
Though Nina misses her family in Germany, she feels accepted by her host family.
You move in with a new family and you barely even knew them, at least I didn't, and So it was weird at first, but then they are a really great host family, and they made it really easy for me to get in touch with them, and I feel like a family member.
This has been Rachel Yakeley for NTV.
Security personnel are present in our everyday lives. We see them at airports, at shopping centers, and even in schools. McKinney North High School has access to security personnel as well. Taylor Phillips has the story.
Officer Martin walks our halls, protects us and our school, but some people don't think she does much of anything.
Common misconception would probably be that we do nothing, that we just sit around and do absolutely nothing all day long.
But she says that's not the case at all.
Monitor the safety and security of the building and just monitor students and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, pretty much.
Many children dream of being police officers, and Officer Martin was one of them.
Oh yeah, I always wanted to be a police officer, so it hasn't changed. It's been there. It's definitely a lot more than what I thought it was going to be, but I love every minute. I mean, even the more stuff that I thought it was, that was added afterwards was good, so I like it.
Like any other profession, there are some downfalls.
I don't really like taking people to jail. I mean, if I have to, I have to. But that's probably the worst thing.
Seeing kids make mistakes is tough on Officer Martin, but she says she's in a unique position to watch them learn from those mistakes.
Most interesting thing is seeing change. There's a couple kids that they had a rough start, but now they're doing great, and so that's probably the most interesting thing, seeing the change in good.
Ultimately, Officer Martin is another helping hand in our school.
I chose to become a police officer to help people out. That's my main goal, and I especially love working with young kids to help guide them in the right direction.
This has been Taylor Phillips for NTV.
And now, here's Cameron Govan with sports.
Thanks, Sarah. The football team came up short of another district title.
It was a tough one against Wiley, as the final score ended up being 42-20. The next game is tonight as they take on Frisco Wakeland at 7 o'clock at Tom Kimbrough Stadium for the bi-district title.
With the reflecting pool being a big part of America's history, our swim team has the opportunity to make history also. Julian Esparza with the story.
The boys swim team has had great success this year. In fact, they have been undefeated in their season. Swimming coach Brenda Files says that one thing has been key to their success.
The dedication and the determination of competing. A few also have swam club year-round, which really plays a part in what they're able to achieve.
Senior swimmer Tycho Houston says it hasn't been easy getting to this point.
Lots and lots of practice, basically. We practice like every single day for like an hour and a half.
Coach Files agrees that practice makes perfect.
Really, we've improved just basically the experience we've gained. I have 5 to 7 seniors that have returned, and just the amount of time they've put in the water for the past year has really improved.
With 2 more months until the season is over, Coach Files is optimistic for the future of the boys swim team.
Having swam our meets and had some dual meets against our district competitors, I really believe that our boys are going to be able to pull off a district championship. And with that, we need to be able to see how many we can qualify for regionals and then eventually qualify for state.
If you want to catch the boys swim team in action, you can see them at their next meet at the Frisco Natatorium next Thursday. This has been Julian Esparza for NTV.
Texas is known as having an ego as large as the state. We asked local tourists what first came to mind when they thought of Texas.
Just like big things, everything steak.
Big everything.
The Longhorns, Longhorns barbecue. Wait, this one.
First thing that comes to my mind is like cowboys and longhorned cows.
Backwards opinions. I think of like home because I used to live there.
It's next to California.
First thing that comes to my mind are country music and cowboys, I guess. It's a really big state with a lot of people
and probably the Texas-shaped waffle, because probably the last thing I saw was my friend who uploaded a picture of a waffle shaped like Texas. So it was like this big.
Sandy Cheeks, because the song she sings about going home.
Whataburger.
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 Yeah, Whataburger.
I think of
America, you know. It's a very conservative state, and I believe that I'm in the middle of an interview right now, Miss G.
Steak, everything's bigger, football.
I think of the Dallas Cowboys.
Really?
Because of the football team. Yep.
Football is life there, right? Yeah, I'd say football, Texas.
Thinking about Texas, probably the desert and some oil and secession.
As our trip to DC draws to a close, we bring home 5th place in the national competition for Best Broadcast Show. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend, Bulldogs.